winter moon falls into shadow.
The voice is low, ancient, and unmistakably masculine. It speaks the way old forests speak, with patience earned over centuries of waiting. There is a particular kind of love that only wolves understand. Not the soft, forgiving kind that men write poems about. Not the convenient kind that blooms in comfortable daylight, in warm rooms with wine and laughter. No, the love of a wolf is the kind that waits in the frozen dark. The kind that paces the tree line for 17 years, learning the scent of a woman who has already decided to love someone else. The kind that would rather bleed quietly in silence than cause her a single moment of pain.
I am Calder Voss, Alpha of the Ashbourne Pack, son of the Silver Moon. And I waited for Seraphina Morn for 17 years, 4 months, and 11 days. I counted. Wolves always count.
They say the last eclipse comes once in a generation, that it is the one moment when the boundary between the human world and the wolf realm dissolves completely, when two souls bound by fate must either claim each other or lose each other forever. What they do not tell you is that the woman you are bound to might be standing at the altar of another man when it begins. What they do not tell you is that she might look you in the eye from across the cathedral and still choose to turn away. What they do not tell you is that love this old, this stubborn, this catastrophically inconvenient does not die quietly. It howls. The year is 1347. The kingdom of Veldrath sits between two worlds, the civilized stone cities of human nobility and the vast ancient Ashbourne forest, where something older than civilization still runs on 4 legs. The image opens on a girl, no more than 9 years old, running barefoot through the snow. She is laughing. There is no one chasing her. She is simply running because running feels like freedom, and Seraphina Morn has already decided, at the age of 9, that freedom is the most important thing in any world. She crashes headfirst into something solid, something warm, something that growls. She looks up. A wolf sits in the snow before her, enormous, pure white, except for a single streak of silver running from his left ear to the tip of his tail. His eyes are a color she has never seen before, pale gold, like sunlight trapped inside amber. He is staring at her with an expression that, if she did not know better, she might describe as startled. A wolf, startled by her. She tilts her head.
You should watch where you are sitting.
The wolf blinks. She reaches out and touches his nose. He lets her. Years later, Seraphina will think about that moment and understand that it was the single most consequential decision of her entire life. Not the reaching, but the fact that he let her. Wolves do not let people touch them, especially not wolf alphas who have just felt, for the first time in their long and storied existence, something terrifyingly close to destiny. The wolf's name, in the language of his pack, means chosen of stone and moonlight. In the human tongue, he is called Calder. He is 12 years old in human years, which makes him approximately ancient in wolf years when it comes to the understanding of consequence. He returns to the forest and does not speak of the girl. He thinks about her for 11 consecutive nights. This is, for wolves, the equivalent of 3 decades of human obsession. His mother, who can read the silence of her son like other women read scripture, watches him stare at the tree line and says nothing for 10 of those nights. On the 11th night she speaks.
You found her, the eclipse child, the one written in the Old Covenant.
She touched my nose.
His mother stares at him for a long, long moment.
Yes, they do that, humans. Touch things that belong to them before they know they belong to them.
She does not belong to me.
No, not yet.
She is human.
The best ones always are.
This is not the reassurance Calder was looking for. His mother knows this. She is not trying to reassure him.
Then you wait at the edge of the tree lane, my darling boy, and you do not follow her where she has not invited you. That is what it means to be worthy of a wolf's heart.
Calder stares at the snow where the girl's bare footprints still mark the ground. He is 12 years old. He already knows he is going to spend the rest of his life being extraordinarily miserable. The girl has become something rather inconvenient. A young woman with strong opinions, a sharper tongue, and an absolute refusal to be what the kingdom of Veldrath needs her to be, which is quiet, agreeable, and marriageable. She is at a feast. Her father, Lord Edwin Morn, has arranged it specifically so that she might meet Lord Dorian Ashcroft, the most eligible, most handsome, most diplomatically advantageous bachelor in the kingdom. Dorian Ashcroft is, by every measurable standard, exactly the sort of man a girl should fall in love with. Serafina is not looking at Dorian Ashcroft. She is looking at the window. More specifically, she is looking at the pair of pale gold eyes watching her from the tree line beyond the garden wall. She excuses herself from the table. Her father does not notice. He is too busy explaining to Lord Ashcroft why his daughter is worth the inheritance complications. She walks into the garden. The night is cold. Her breath clouds the air. She stops at the stone wall and looks at the forest.
I know you are there. Silence. I have known you are there for 4 years. You are not subtle. For a creature that is supposedly the apex predator of the known world, you are remarkably bad at lurking. Come out, then.
He steps from the trees. He is in his human form tonight, and this, she thinks, is the first time she has seen it. He is tall, broad-shouldered. His hair is that same silver white as his wolf coat, which is deeply unfair since it makes him look like something carved from winter itself. He is 19 years old, and he is staring at her with those impossible gold eyes, like she is the answer to a question he has been asking since the beginning of time. She has been prepared for the wolf. She has not been prepared for this.
Oh, you are a person.
Could be both.
I am Serafina Morn.
I know.
Of course you do. And you are?
Calder.
Just Calder?
For now.
She considers this.
Cryptic. How fashionable.
He almost smiles. It is not quite a full smile, but something moves in his expression, something warm and reluctant, like light coming in under a closed door.
You should go back. Your father's guest is waiting.
My father's guest can wait indefinitely for all I care. He smells like ambition and hair oil, and I have a rule about both.
A rule.
Never trust a man who smells like he's trying too hard.
He is definitely smiling now, even if he seems to find this annoying.
What do I smell like?
She tilts her head, studies him. This is Serafina's most dangerous quality. She actually thinks before she answers.
Pine, cold water, and something I cannot name. Something old.
The air between them shifts. Something moves through it that has no name in any human language.
Serafina. There are things I need to tell you. Important things. About what you are to me and what I am to you and what is coming in 10 years' time.
Then tell me.
And he does. He tells her about the covenant, about fated mates, about the last eclipse and what it means. He tells her in the flat, careful way of someone who has rehearsed this conversation 1,000 times and knows somewhere deep in his chest that it is not going to go the way he rehearsed it. She listens to all of it. She does not interrupt. When he finishes, the garden is entirely silent.
So you are telling me that according to ancient wolf law, I am destined to be yours.
That is not exactly how.
And that the universe itself has apparently arranged this. Without, as I understand it, consulting me.
He stopped. Her voice is very calm. This is not reassuring. Calder has already learned in the 40 minutes he has known her in human form that Serafina Morn is at her most dangerous when she is calm.
But.
Then why tell me at all?
And this finally is the question he cannot rehearse away.
Because you deserve to know. Because you deserve to choose with full information. And because I would rather you refuse me knowing everything than accept me knowing nothing.
She stares at him. He stares back. Inside the manor, someone is playing the harpsichord badly.
That is, without question, the most unexpectedly decent thing anyone has ever said to me.
Do not mistake decency for detachment. I am catastrophically attached to you, Serafina. I simply refuse to let that be your problem.
She does not say anything for a long time.
Will you come back? If you want me to.
I do not know what I want yet, but I know I do not want you to stop.
He nods. He turns to go.
Calder.
He pauses.
You should know. You smell nothing like ambition. Not even slightly.
He walks back into the forest. He does not howl until he is far enough that she cannot hear it, but she hears it anyway. What follows is not the love story either of them expected. It is something stranger and somehow deeper. They meet at the wall, winter after winter, sometimes twice in a season, sometimes not for 3 months, when Calder's duties as Alpha take him deep into the Ashbourne wilds, and Seraphina's duties as a lord's daughter take her further into the life she is expected to lead. They argue. They argue ferociously, frequently, and with the cheerful energy of two people who have discovered that the other one is their intellectual equal and intend to be absolutely insufferable about it.
You cannot simply declare a thing true because it has always been true. That is not reasoning, that is nostalgia dressed as logic.
And you cannot dismiss 700 years of Wolf Covenant because it does not fit your preferred narrative. That is not independence. That is stubbornness.
Yes, well, I come by it honestly.
Your father is the most agreeable man in Veldrath.
I was referring to myself. I taught it to myself. It took tremendous effort, and I am very proud.
He has never in his long life met anyone like her. She is maddening and brilliant, and she reads more books than any person he has ever encountered, and she has, over 7 years, quietly become the axis around which his entire world turns. She knows this. She knows he knows she knows this. What she does not say, not for 7 years, is that the feeling is mutual. What she cannot bring herself to say is that she is afraid. Not of him. Not of the covenant or the wolf world or the vast ancient complications of a love like this. She is afraid of choosing. She is afraid that the moment she steps toward him fully, the universe will remove the choice entirely, and she will never know if she wanted it or was simply fated for it. Calder, who understands her better than she understands herself, never pushes. He simply keeps showing up, cold and patient and stupidly, stubbornly there, like the moon keeps showing up after each night ends. It drives her absolutely mad. She is not sure she has ever been more grateful for anything in her life. And then her father sits her down and tells her about the arrangement he has made with Lord Dorian Ashcroft. The same Dorian Ashcroft, 7 years older, considerably richer. Still, she notes with private exhaustion, smelling of ambition. The match is politically necessary. The Mournlands are failing. The winters have been brutal and the harvests worse, and Dorian Ashcroft has grain stores and trade agreements and an army that could protect the tenants who depend on her family's name. Her father does not order her. He asks. That is the cruelest part. He asks, and she says yes. She goes to the wall that same night, even though it is not their night. She stands at the stone, and she says nothing for a long time. He is already there. He is always already there when she needs him to be.
I am to be married.
A silence, long and weighted.
I know.
Already?
I can hear things from a considerable distance.
She laughs, but it is the wrong kind of laugh. The kind that sounds like something being held together by sheer will.
I'm going to say something, and I need you to listen without interrupting.
All right.
I'm going to marry him. My people need this. My father needs this. And I'm going to do it without regretting it, because I'm not the sort of person who spends her life in regret.
He says nothing.
I will be all right.
Calder.
Seraphina.
Do not lie to me. Not now. Not tonight.
He turns his face away from her. The moonlight catches his profile.
What would you have me say?
The truth.
The truth.
He says it quietly, like he is lifting something very heavy.
The truth is that I have loved you since you were 9 years old and your feet were blue from the snow and you told a wolf to watch where it was sitting. The truth is that I would wait 1,000 more years if you asked me to and not consider it a hardship. The truth is that if Dorian Ashcroft makes you happy, I will learn to live with that, because your happiness matters more to me than my own.
She is crying. She has not cried since she was 12. She finds this deeply irritating.
And the truth is that there is an eclipse in 2 years. The last eclipse. And after that, the bond either closes or it closes. There is no after. There is only until.
I know, Calder.
The silence between them is enormous. She reaches over the wall in the dark and finds his hand. His fingers close around hers immediately, like they were always waiting for exactly this.
I am sorry.
Do not apologize for existing. It is the most annoying thing people do.
She actually smiles at that, the small, exhausted, genuine one that she only gives him.
I'm going to miss you.
I am going to be 12 feet away in the forest, watching you be fine.
Calder.
You are going to be fine, Seraphina. You are the most relentlessly fine person I have ever met.
She squeezes his hand once, then she lets go. She walks back to the manor. She does not look back. He watches her until the door closes. Then he sits down in the snow in the dark, and he is very quiet for a very long time. The trees do not intrude. They know better.
The sky is wrong. That is the first thing every person in the cathedral notices, though none of them have words for why. The light coming through the high-stained windows has a quality to it, a silver-gold dimness, like afternoon wearing a disguise. The candles flicker without a draft. The air smells like forests and old things, and the faintest edge of something enormous approaching. The moon is beginning to eat the sun. The last eclipse has come to Veldrath on the morning of Seraphina Morn's wedding day. This, thinks Father Aldrich as he watches his shadow lengthen in the wrong direction, is exceedingly strange timing. At the end of the nave, standing in white silk that cost more than most Veldrath tenants earn in a year, Seraphina Morn is not thinking about the light. She is thinking about a pair of gold eyes she has not allowed herself to think about for 347 days. She is thinking about pine and cold water and something old. She is thinking about the word until. Dorian stands at the altar. He is genuinely handsome. He is genuinely kind, kinder than she expected, and this complicates things considerably. He is looking at her with the earnest, unguarded hope of a man who is not entirely certain he deserves what he is about to receive. She likes him. She genuinely, inconveniently likes him. She begins to walk. The light changes. The shadow comes. The moon takes the sun, and every wolf in the Ashbourne forest throws back its head and howls. The sound comes through the cathedral walls like it was never meant to be stopped by stone. It fills the vaulted ceiling and shakes the candles and sends every bird for 7 miles screaming from their roosts. Everyone freezes. Seraphina stops walking, and then, through the great oak doors at the back of the cathedral, which no one has opened, which no one will be able to explain opening later, walks Calder Voss. He is in human form. He is wearing his gray riding coat, and his silver-white hair is loose around his shoulders, and he looks, objectively speaking, like something the old artists used to paint in the corners of maps to indicate here be things beyond your understanding. He walks to the center of the aisle. He stops. He looks at her. The entire cathedral looks between them, the way audiences at duels look between the duelists. Father Aldrich, who is 73 and has presided over enough of Veldrath's more dramatic moments to recognize one in progress, simply closes his book and waits. Dorian, to his eternal credit, does not draw his sword. He looks at Seraphina's face. He looks at Calder. He looks at Seraphina's face again. He closes his eyes briefly, with the expression of a man who has just understood a very important and very difficult thing. No one speaks for a very long time. Then Seraphina does.
You have impeccable timing.
I have terrible timing. I have always had terrible timing. It is my single consistent flaw.
What are you doing here?
His voice, when it comes, is very quiet. It is the voice he only uses when he is saying something he cannot take back.
Seraphina. The eclipse ends in 12 minutes. I know what you decided. I know why. I understand, and I respect it, and I meant every word I said about your happiness. But I am standing here because in 12 minutes that understanding has to last me the rest of my life. In 12 minutes I have to walk back out of those doors and let the bond close and never say any of this to you again.
He takes one step toward her.
He stops. He does not come any closer.
And I cannot do that without telling you first that you are the finest person I have ever known. That every single argument we ever had made me a better wolf and probably a better man. That I have spent 17 years at the edge of your life, not because I was waiting for you to belong to me, but because being near you, even at a distance, even without a right to you, was the best thing in mine.
He stops. He does not come any closer.
I am not asking you to choose me. I am asking you to know before it is too late to know it, that someone has loved you exactly as you are, completely, stubbornly, and without reservation. For a very long time. For longer than was probably sensible.
He looks at Dorian.
She deserves someone who sees her. All of her. The difficult parts especially.
Dorian, who has been listening to all of this with the expression of a man being handed a truth he did not ask for but cannot now unreceive, nods, slowly, like it costs him something. The eclipse deepens. The cathedral is silver. Serafina is absolutely still. Then,
Dorian,
I know.
I am so.
I know, Serafina.
his voice is even. Quiet. There is grief in it, the clean, specific grief of a good man who has understood something clearly and will not make it uglier than it has to be.
I knew. I think I knew at the betrothal feast, when you looked at the window. I told myself it was nothing.
He looks at Calder for a long moment.
It was clearly not nothing.
He steps back from the altar. He does not do it dramatically. He does not say anything more. He simply steps back, and in doing so, makes himself one of the genuinely decent people in this story. The cathedral gasps. Serafina turns to face Calder fully. He is watching her with those impossible gold eyes, and he has the expression she has seen on his face at the wall 1,000 times. The careful, patient, I will not push you expression that has driven her mad for the better part of a decade.
You had better be absolutely certain.
I have been certain since you told me I should watch where I was sitting. I was 12. It was extremely inconvenient.
She laughs. The right kind this time. The full, unstoppable, I cannot help this kind.
If we do this, you should know, I'm not going to be an easy mate.
I know.
I'm going to argue with everything.
I am counting on it.
I'm going to need my own time and my own space, and I'm not going to change simply because some ancient covenant says I should.
Serafina. I have loved who you are for 17 years. I have absolutely no interest in changing a single part of it.
She walks toward him. The eclipse is at its full. The cathedral is dark except for the silver light that has no earthly source. The candles have blown out. The congregation is holding its breath. She reaches him. She puts her hand against his chest, over his heart, the way she has wanted to for longer than she has been willing to admit. His hand comes up and covers hers.
For the record, I chose this. Not the covenant. Not the stars. Me.
I know.
I need you to remember that.
I will remember it for the rest of my life. The eclipse ends.
The sun comes back, gold and absolute and entirely unbothered by what just happened in a cathedral in Veldrath. The light pours through the stained windows in colors, red and blue and gold, falling across Serafina, Morn, and Calder Voss in the middle of the nave. And every wolf in the Ashbourne Forest howls. Not in mourning this time, in celebration.